Hey guys, I'm doing a quick little video today. I'm going over how to figure out your hourly rate as an instructor, especially for those of you who are brand new or looking to become a private studio owner and maybe even a big studio owner with group classes and everything. I live in a high cost of living area. I teach majority private sessions, and I do have a couple charity sessions for those who are wanting to take yoga with me, as I had just recently completed my yoga certification. But I have been teaching Pilates for about 8 years now, and specifically focused on those who are inclined towards rehab, injuries, and sports training. So I'm going to go over kind of an idea of how my setup is, and hopefully that gives you an idea how to do yours. Because I'm in a high cost of living area, which is Los Angeles, my basic human expenses to live here is pretty high. So I usually try to aim for about $5,000 a month for myself, because rent alone is around $2,000 plus for a one bedroom, and can range up to $5,000 for those of the who like the luxury buildings. Um, so with that in mind, my goal is to get $5,000 a month for myself, and then covering the expenses of the studio is about $4,000 a month, subscriptions, rent being the biggest thing. And of course, anything additional that may happen, like something breaks or I have a little buffer in case people are out of town, things like that. So if you consider those two together, it's about $9,000 a month. And then from there, you start to decide how many hours you can efficiently work with your clients. And this can vary for some people. It's very much on their own. If you are a private studio owner and you only have yourself, it can be 20 to 40 hours a week. And then some people, it's less when they have other instructors working for them. So it can be 5 hours teaching clients, but then 20 hours doing admin work and all that. So for me, because I am a private studio with just myself, no other teachers, I can work up to about 20 hours a week. My ideal is 15, but 20 is to give me a little buffer just in case. And then that also fluctuates during certain seasons because in this city, luckily, we have fairly consistent clients, except for the occasional times when they go out of town for their kids, for holidays, and then for family vacations during the winter. So for me, I actually stay mostly closed during the end of the year. So that last week, I'm pretty much not here, except for the occasional times when it lands on like a weird day, and then I might be here for a day or two. So when I budget, I consider my annual budget being a 10-month budget because I also include the fact that some clients will be sick, some people need to be out of town, some people go on vacations on the regular, so they'll be out for 2 weeks at a time here and there throughout the year. So 10 months is my annual budget. And then from there, with that, so you have 9,000 a month as a total that I will need. And then I can work about 20 hours a week, which is about 80 hours a month. When you think of that, you go 9,000 divided by 80 hours a week, a month, sorry. And that equals at about 112.50 per hour. So 112.50 an hour is your base level, how much you need to make. And that doesn't include any buffering in the sense of when clients are not fully booking you. So you don't have the full schedule of people for 20 hours a week. So the way you include a little bit more to that, you can either calculate a few more hours or you can calculate adding up to the next $10, $15, $20 amount. So that's generally how most studios work. So that way you're making expenses less than how much you're actually making per hour. And then with that in mind, when you do kind of think of your full year budget being 10 months, it gives you enough time to also consider if you like teaching workshops, if you like going to events. There's the Balanced Body conference that happens every year in different cities. And then BASI has the Legacy and conference in different countries too. They do it sometimes in Europe, sometimes here in Newport Beach at the headquarters. So if you go to those two, it takes about a week off of your schedule because you're either preparing for it or you're participating in it, and you'll be gone for those 3-4 days and may need a day or two to recuperate before and after. So I like to consider my whole year being a 10-month year rather than it just being a full 12-month because of how the industry works and it fluctuates. So my current rate, because of how I've seen things go in these last 3 years, is $125 an hour. And that kind of just hits my basics, and that covers most of what I need just to survive in this city. But that is the reality of all this. So if you end up calculating this, find how much you need a month for yourself, and then find how much your expenses will be for the business with a little buffer, because you always want a little savings. And then that will also include any tax money that you plan to pay either quarterly or with your personal taxes at the end of the year. And then from there, you start to go into the breakdown per month. And then you break that down into per week based on the hours you're able to work. And then you can figure out if that's your ideal amount you want to make per hour, per session that you teach. So hopefully that works. This is generally what is asked by a lot of newer instructors and instructors who may be looking to have their own studio, either in their house or at an office place like I do. So if that helps, hopefully you can let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next time. Thanks for watching.